Your energy is so beautiful and so powerful and so dope. Okay, that before I could even push the record button, when I first pulled out the cards for this reading, I was already emotional and was already in tears. Okay, so I am not going to hold the video up. Welcome in, collective. This is a message about a very, very powerful being who is about to come into a divine union as well with another powerful being, because you both have something here that is very important to do and to accomplish, and you're going to accomplish it together. So without further ado, again, welcome in, and let's get into the message, all right? Okay, welcome in, collective. I've already gotten emotional and I haven't even gotten to the reading yet. I'm just sitting here with these cards, and it's like, I don't know who you are, but mm, let's walk through this, okay? So what I have out here is you have a very, very, very powerful soul. And I think I'm looking at the cards, and it's hitting me emotionally because this is about the relationship that you have, the intimate, the intermate, the intermating, the relationship that you have with your soul, knowing full well that your soul is you, but at the same time, you relate with your soul separate and apart from you, which is the way it is supposed to be, so that you can intermate with the soul. Because the mind and the way our brains, the spirit of the mind, it relates through images. It creates images. When you see an image of an angel, or an image of a daemon, or an image of any sort of aspect of you, that image is there to serve the relationship. It is you. It is an aspect of you. It is not separate from you. But the mind creates images because that is the way we relate. That is what the mind needs in order to be able to observe the infinite aspects of your divinity, of your divine self. And who I am speaking to, you have such a beautiful relationship. You have a very powerful soul, okay? First card out, soul child. Soul child. Empowerment is clarifying that card, okay? You were not meant to cower in the shadows of others. The time has come to step into your power, to own your choices, and to actualize the potential that you know is within you. Now, that's the first card. This is telling me that you have been on a soul activation. You've already activated at the soul level. You definitely could have already gone through your Kundalini awakening. Um, and you understand the power that you hold within at the soul level. We have life path here. You you're recognizing the spiritual reason for your incarnation, your reincarnation into this lifetime. There is a definite mission that you have incarnated to fulfill. Okay, as we all have a life path, we all have, our missions here, okay, and what we're here to accomplish. But who I'm speaking to, you have what I would call a high calling, a very, very high calling. Higher plan is showing up. A higher plan is unfolding for you beyond what you can consciously comprehend. This divine design is perfectly aligned to support your growth as an individual, as well as the harmony of the collective. There's something in this collective is like I'm picking up that this is not just the collective as far as like the collective of humanity. It is that, but it's not just that. This is like your physical embodiment in this particular dimension, and you being here to fulfill this particular plan, this higher calling, is harmonizing something in dimensions and realms in which you also exist, but you may not be able to consciously really comprehend that aspect of it. Even though I feel like I'm speaking to someone who trusts its validity. You may not be able to consciously comprehend it, but from a spiritual perspective, you fully comprehend it and you know of its validity. We have initiation by water, okay? You're a channel for spirit, a direct channel. A direct channel. Now, there could be some individuals in your life who resent you because you're such a clear channel, even when you're not trying to be. You know what I mean? Like, even when you, in the past, maybe you didn't even recognize, you didn't know that you had this ability, this sixth sense, if you will, to just be able to pull information, right? People find it difficult to mask around you because you're able to just pull the information needed to understand what is being presented to you. Right now, in the past, in an unbalanced way, maybe you spoke on things that you may have should have just held back on, right? Maybe you didn't really know how to say what you were feeling or what you were sensing, but there could be an individual or individuals who resent the fact that you are such a clear channel and that you are being recognized as this clear channel. Resentment is a quiet thief, stealing your joy and chaining you to the past. What you hold on to only weighs you down, not the one who wronged you. Now, you could have also at some point in life, you know, we're starting here from the soul, then we're going to the physical embodiment, and now here we are in the physical. You could have at some time resented your own gift. You could have maybe been afraid of your own gift to hear from spirit because you've been such a clear channel from an infant. From an infant. You could have been one of those children that just kind of, you know, laughed with angels. You know how they say when an infant is just giggling and looking and just laughing, that they're communicating with angels. You could have been one of those children where there was something peculiar about you. And this is why I say there could be people around you who maybe resent you for that peculiarity, like you standing out, you having some sort of special frequency or vibration about you, because you're here to perform some sort of spiritual service. Okay? You're here. Now, after going through different periods in life, whether you resented your gifts, whether you didn't understand your gifts, whether you were afraid of your gifts, whether other people resented your gifts, the challenges, the traumas, the struggles that you faced, you're stepping into this understanding that you're here to serve. You're here to serve. Golden opportunity to collaborate, putting the pieces of the puzzle together about why you're here and what you're here to do. Why life has gone the way it has gone. Why people have treated you the way they have treated you. Why they have returned pain, disappointment for the love and care that you offered or you offered. You're starting to put the pieces of the puzzle together and collaborate with your spirit team here to fulfill this service. An opportunity presents itself to you, one that is rare, aligned, and perfectly timed. There is great potential here. Will you step forward and claim it? Now, this could be an opportunity that is now coming towards you, to not just by way of spirit, but by way of someone who's coming towards you. And this could be like where the physical world and the spiritual world meet. Somebody is about to have, what do you call that? A moment of destiny, right? Where your destiny is going to come into full fruition, where it's no longer just a spiritual um understanding, but an actual tangible moment where you're going to step over the threshold into what you were destined to do. Somebody's coming towards you to collaborate with you. Okay. Um, I feel like this individual sees exactly what you are here to do and what you have to offer. Now, I don't know who this is, but someone wants to work with you. Great things are rarely achieved alone. When egos are set aside and mutual support takes the lead, extraordinary things can be accomplished. Yeah, somebody's definitely coming in, because though you are fully qualified from a spiritual perspective. 244, 244. This collaboration, this is someone that is aligned with you, and they're going to help you expand. They're going to help you build something or lay some sort of foundation. This could also be someone who is like a divine soulmate, a soul partner, a divine partner. Could also be someone who is like a comrade, right? Someone who is here also with a certain spiritual life path or a certain call or higher calling themselves. And the two of you together, the two of you or the three of you are holding, in other words, you're all three of you, all two of you, however many people this is, you all have your higher callings, but together, fitting jointly together, the mission is that much more efficient and effective. The service flows that much more effectively. It's almost like you need each other. They have one piece, you have one piece, and spirit is calling for those pieces to come together. So there's an opportunity that's coming, okay? An invitation to connect. This could be somebody that maybe you cut ties with, maybe you know, okay? I feel like as well as you are stepping into the understanding of what you are here to do, and this golden opportunity is coming towards you, there's a door opening to you. As you are connecting with these individuals, you're also connecting with the realms in which you are separated from, because you are in the physical body. It's like you're reconnecting to, I would say higher consciousness, but I feel like it's more than that. It's more than that. This is multiple dimensional connections to your higher selves. Wow. Because we usually speak in the term of the higher self. And when I think of self, I think of one. You know what I mean? I think of like that. That is singularity. But selves, aspects of yourself that you are, because you're in the physical body and you're in the third dimension, it's like there is a separation, but there's been a separation, but consciously and at the soul level, in your inner verse, you are fully capable of connecting to these higher aspects of yourself. Not all connections are meant to last. Some bonds become chains, holding you back from the life you are destined to live. It's time to cut the ties that no longer serve you. As you've cut away some things, as you've gone through this initiation by water, you've become a clear channel. It is cutting you away from, and is going to cut you away from past aspects, people, situations in your past. I don't know. It feels like somebody is completely being thrust into a new life and a new way of living and a new way of being, both physically and spiritually. Communication, limitless. So you're picking up communication now from higher realms, higher spiritual beings of love and light, serenity are coming in towards you and communicating with you. And maybe they are helping you see what you need to cut ties with, whom you need to cut ties with, or they are executing the cutting of the ties. Okay? If this is angelic sisters, they could be coming in to just cut you away from people, places, and things, because this is showing up after the collaboration, the opportunity to collaborate. Now we have past life activation. Okay? Somebody's being reconnected to their original state of being, beyond the drop or dissension in consciousness, before the drop of in consciousness, right? Your past self, and I think I've said this before in other messages, about devolving. We talk a lot about evolution or evolving forward, but who I'm speaking to, you have fulfilled what I call devolution. You have devolved because your past self, how far you go back in the past, and somebody has gone all the way back in the past and activated their original state of being, which is your most powerful aspect of self, like your most powerful being in this dimension, because it's a fall in consciousness that we've experienced. I don't know, I think we're clear about that. Like, there's been a falling away in consciousness. Now we're doing the work to recover. Hopefully, I mean, I can speak for myself, and I feel like who I'm speaking to in this reading, you've done the work to recover what you have fallen away from, spiritually, consciously, and now you're leveling up. Now you're leveling up after a past life activation. And again, your past life, your original state of being before the fall, before the dissension, is your highest, most powerful aspect or state of being. You are not who you once were, and the universe is calling you to rise. Growth is rarely comfortable, and this new level will demand more of you. But it's I hope I'm making that clear. It's a new level because it's been a long time since you've been able to access this level of consciousness. But this is not a level of consciousness that's really new to you. It's a reclaiming of your higher self. It's a reclaiming of your most powerful self, right? It's you reconnecting. The first ray of power. I'm telling you, somebody's a very, very powerful soul here. This is definitely giving me Hathor energy. Okay, you can work with Hathor. This is definitely giving me Divine Mother energy. A distant journey. Let me read that one. Number one, you could be a life path number one. First ray of power. The first ray of power is energy of conscious destruction. It can be used in a healthy way to eliminate the past and allow for a fresh start. The first ray also carries the frequency of leadership. It can assist you to stand in the truth of your light so others can find their way by it. It helps to strengthen your willpower so you can accomplish any task you choose. The ascended master El Moria brings you his particular blessing and encourages you to believe in your own strength and take the initiative on what matters most to you. So there's an ascended master that is inviting you and assisting you. The familiar has served you well, but it's time to discover who you are beyond its borders. New worlds and new experiences await you if you are willing to let go and take the first step. There is about to be a very experiential, it's like the veil is thin for someone, and it's thinning to the point to where uh manifestations in the physical, supernatural manifestations in the physical are starting to take place around you, because I feel like now you have devolved, you have initiated and activated the past, the past higher self, and now it is time for you to move to the next highest self. I hope that makes sense. So there's like new here. There's new. Past lessons have been learned. Past traumas have been alchemized. This is not your first rodeo. Definitely not your first lifetime at all. But this is the lifetime where you are actually ready to move forward multi-dimensionally into something new. Okay? We have the lovers here. Which one? Clarify empowerment, spirit. Protection. Shield, preserve, conserve. Okay, so there is something that definitely, there is a certain power or a certain spiritual essence at the soul level that your soul has retained and continues to retain every incarnation. Okay, every incarnation. And I'm feeling like this is a power that protects you, but it's also a power that's been growing with you. And so this is why you're showing up at the soul level so powerful, because your soul never relinquished any power. It's like sacred rest. So you're not like you are not a being that is here because you have some sort of like karmic debt Okay, now you may have had some things you needed to balance, okay, because you are here having a human experience. Your spiritual being having a human experience, and with that comes karma and trauma and things. But that at the soul level, you're not in like punishment, because there are some souls that are here, definitely here, because they're under judgment. Okay, but this is not you. This is not you. I really feel like if we really understood, like, I think we understand it subtly, but like really could really look into seeing the variety of different spirit beings that are operating as human beings, like on this planet, we probably would be blown away. But the physical world is so dense that it makes everything look so mass, like the same, you know what I'm saying? And then we wrestle with the uniqueness within each other when that is a part of the experience, because we're not all coming from the same dimensions, we're not all coming from the same realms, we don't all have the same spirit team, you know what I mean? Like, we don't all have the same spiritual essence. But from a physical standpoint, as being human, we have a hard time with the uniqueness that we find in each other. So if we could peel back the veil of the physical world, we'd probably be surprised as to how much variety, texture, color there is here that's showing up in each individual that is occupying this space. There are some here that have really dense, heavy, dark souls because they have some sort of karma or judgment that they are under. But then there are some who are very colorful and very bright, almost like walking rainbows, right? Because they don't have that density. They're here for another reason. They're here to fulfill another mission, or to do something else totally and entirely, right? I feel like I'm speaking to someone who is not one of those dense, blacked out, almost like a void, or like a soul that's just an abyss, a bottomless falling pit of nothingness. You're not that individual. You're the individual whose soul has been taking sacred rest from one lifetime to the next. But that rest was given to your soul in order for it to receive a recharging, a reactivation. Like, if you are awakening the soul, you are awakening the soul because its period of sacred rest has come to an end, and it is time for it to step back into, like, being active in the grand scheme of spiritual universal, you know, uh, you know, your soul is ready to participate again. You understand what I'm saying? Like, and now it's here, and this sacred rest could have even been for your soul's protection. Oh, that's intriguing. Retreat, balance, restore. In wisdom. Do you see this owl? In wisdom. In wisdom, your soul chose to take rest, to retreat. Wow. Clarify how you're playing. Wander, all transcendence, reverence, life path. So you may have been, oh, you coming into this dimension, you literally kind of wandered into this. You kind of just, and you could have been feeling like you've been wandering. And that was a part of the higher plan to help you accomplish some sort of transcendence. It was a part of your life path when you were born to have a period of feeling like you're just kind of here, right? You could have felt like a creature of prey, like you were being preyed on, like you had to be very stealthy, very light on your feet, very keen, a very keen sense of awareness. And all of that is a part of the higher plan of your life path. Clarify initiation by water and resentment. Ancestors. Guidance. Protection. Lessons. There's somebody in your life that resents you because of this, the way you have been guided, the way you are protected, the way you have been initiated, the way you have been activated. It defies norm, what's normal, what's conventional. You've been initiated by spirit, by spirit. And it was designed for it to be that way, and for you not to have a physical person to like, you've not gone through any kind of systems. Okay, you may have affiliated with religions, or you may have tried to dabble in it at some point, but your real initiation, your true initiation that you have been experiencing has been by way of your ancestors, by way of your spirit team, by way of the Most High, by way of Source. You have been initiated in a very unconventional way, which was intentional because it was imperative that for you to be a pure channel, for you to be a pure channel, your initiation could not have any, it could not be influenced by anyone outside of you. It could not be influenced by another physical human being. Now, you have gleaned information from various sources, but when it comes to the like the process of understanding who you are, what's going on with you at the soul level, how to activate, how to break open within, how to awaken, you could not have it, nobody else could have their hands on you in order for you to be the clear channel that you were destined to be, that you came into physical form to be. There's someone that resents the fact that the ancestors have initiated you without any human having anything to do with it. It was for your protection that it was done this way. You are so divinely guided. Somebody doesn't like it. Clarify collaboration and golden opportunity with spiritual service. There's something unique about you. You're an anomaly. You're a glitch. You're a glitch. You're a spiritual glitch. You're a glitch in the matrix. Kindred. There are people coming in now who understand you because you're not alone in this. It's just, it may have felt like it because it needed to feel like it. Storm. These are kindred people, kindred spirits, kindred. The same kind. This could be spiritual beings who are also the same kind of spiritual being that you are. These are physical human beings who are also from the same spiritual realm that you are from. There's kindredness in these individuals that may be coming towards you to offer you some sort of opportunity, or there's going to be an opportunity by you connecting with these individuals, because that's a part of the divine design. That's a part of the life path for you to connect with these people, whether or spirit beings, both. I'm hearing spirit say both, because even if they're human beings, like I said, they are kindred in the spirit. So you're going to easily recognize, and they're going to easily recognize. You're going to feel very familiar. So do not be startled when you meet complete strangers and it feels like you've been knowing them forever, because you have been. Okay, do not, if this is like on a romantic side and you meet a divine partner and immediately or after just a small amount of time you find yourself in love with the person, you find yourself wanting to be around them, you find yourself feeling a certain way about an individual, that doesn't make sense because you haven't really been knowing them long enough. Do not let time be a construct to keep you from understanding what's happening between you and this individual or these people. Your connection to these individuals defy time. So you can't use time. You don't hold back. Don't fear the connection. The connection is going to be just as much as an anomaly as you are. Okay, because they have that same energy. There's something very unique and glitchy about them too, right? Like, so it's not going to make sense. Don't try to make it make sense. Disruption, chaos, and change. This is a tribe of people, or this is a person that you're going to work with to call in more people who are also kindred, and you are here to activate some sort of spirit change in the spiritual as it relates to this particular realm. Something has been entrusted to you and this individual and these people concerning this planet. Clarify cutting ties, an initiation to connect, an invitation to connect. The unknown, medicine journey, awaken, heal, realization. The unknown. Something is going to feel, I feel like this is connected to what I just said. When this invitation to connect comes in, something is going to feel very from logic and reason. It's going to defy logic and reasoning. It's going to defy that in some capacity, in some way. These people are going to feel unknown to you, but these are people and spirit beings that maybe you have cut ties with because in you've been separated from. You've been separated from. Because I'm looking at this tree and how subsequently it's dead. Okay. It's dead. It's like you may have known them in different lifetimes. Medicine journey, awaken, heal, realization. Something this could also be a connection to someone in the past in this lifetime that maybe you thought was the situation was over, that there was nothing left to give to that. Something's being healed here. I feel like I'm speaking to someone who's getting ready to come in contact with another individual who is just as much of a healer as you are. This person is just as much of here to give spiritual medicine to the spiritually sick as you are. And you're going to realize that when they invite you to connect with them. This is two healers that are getting ready to come into union. Clarify leveling up. Somebody may also invite you to go on some sort of a shamanic journey with them, or go to a shamanic retreat, or start one. Take that how it resonates. Clarify leveling up. Dissolve. Past life activation. Release identity. Merge with source. So we're looking at a past life activation. So someone is definitely tapping back in to their original frequency of being from source, and subsequently beyond, like source and like a ray of light. Like you are finding your space as a light beam, as a beam of light. You're completely dissolving the limitations of the physical. And this is why I said the veil is thinning. The veil has thinned for you, so you can expect more supernatural phenomenon. Okay, you may see more aberrations. You may see spirit animals in the physical. You may feel them in the physical. Just like more spiritual phenomenon taking place around you, because the veil has completely been torn for you. It's not thinning. It's not there. Okay, it's no longer there. Sacred feminine, creation, receptive, nurture. I love it. Center point, grounded, centered, sovereign. Give me one more on this. Thank you. That landed on the ancestors. We have structure, build a strong foundation. You're going to be protected. You are protected in the spiritual realms, okay? Because what is that, Saturn? Saturn return. Sacred waters, I am divine flow. Transformation. Who are you becoming? Whoever this is that's been resenting you because of the unique way in which the divine has chose to initiate you into the spiritual realms and give you access. This individual or these people, whoever this is, that is resenting the fact that you have been initiated in a very unique way, at least in their mind, it defies logic. In their mind, it's unbelievable that you have this spiritual quality about yourself and yet you haven't gone through the proper channels of initiation. I don't know why I said it like that, but that's how I said it. You know what I mean? The proper channels of initiation. And yet your foundation is strong in the spirit. Your spiritual ancestors, they are the ones that built the foundation that you are standing on. It is not a human being. There's not a man. There's not a priest. There's not a preacher. There's not a minister. There's not a babalao. There's not a nothing that you needed help with. That your ancestors, the spirit. And when I say ancestors, I'm not just talking about your current bloodline ancestors, the ones that you have current consciousness of. I'm talking about universal deities and spiritual beings. This is what I mean, because they are your ancestors. They are your ancestors. They are the ones who initiated you. They are the ones, that is the foundation that you stand on. And somebody resents it. Unconditional divine love. Okay? Build a strong foundation, structure. Forgive, release. It is time to release and heal. It is time to release and heal. This is giving me mission, the heal part. It's like the foundation has been laid. Your ancestors, your spirit team is confirming for you that the foundation has been laid. And it is time for you to release and heal. You've gone through your healing. It is now time for you to be of service and release what you have received and heal. Because being here as a healer is part of your life path. It is part of your spiritual service. It is your spiritual service. There's something about your hands. Somebody has healing hands, anointed hands. There's a light that is going to come from. I'm looking at this now, not just as like your two hands, but the hand of the other individual that is getting ready to come towards you. The two of you working towards something. The two of you are going to lay a foundation that is going to release and heal. Like, it's going to help people let go of the things that are holding them back. It's going to help them dissolve so that they can level up, so that they can merge with source, so that they can tap into whatever spiritual service they're here to accomplish. The two of you working together is going to bring in more light. So this is an important invitation here. It's an important meeting that you are about to step into a destiny moment. Definitely could have to do something with a shamanic journey. I don't know if you're starting your own shamanic retreat. Your devotion to each other is already being celebrated. If this is a divine partner where you are both serving with each other spiritually and there is a romantic element between the two of you, your connection, when you physically connect, that connecting itself is going to feel like a ceremony, or there's going to be a ceremony around it, concerning it, a ritual. This is not just a relationship for a relationship's sake. And you may be wondering, like, I may be confirming what you already know, that there's somebody coming in towards you that you're going to do something very great and usher in a higher consciousness on this planet with. I may be confirming that for you. And you may be wondering what's taking so long. Because from a human standpoint, you may want to be in this connection, and there's nothing wrong with that. But what's taking so long is that this is more than just a divine partner for a divine partner's sake. There's something ceremonial about the two of you coming back into physical connection with each other, devotion to each other. Clarify distant journey. Innocence. Inner child, play, nurture. I don't know why I'm picking up, and I don't really even kind of get into all of that from a conscious or historical standpoint, but I'm picking up Atlantis with this card. Children of Atlantis. This individual could be younger than you. But not at the soul level. So don't be thrown off by that either, if they're younger than you. Both of you are on a distant journey here out of innocence. Like, again, children of the first ray. Daughters of Hathor. Curious messages. Endless possibilities. Both of you are very unique in the downloads you get, in the spiritual information you get. I can imagine what these conversations are going to be like. Woo, child. I mean, it's almost like when you meet this person, the questions that you still have, they're going to have the answer. And the questions they still have, you are going to have the answer. This is beautiful. There's a lot of like heart activation that I felt when I first pulled these cards out. I was literally like, okay, let me record, but let me wipe these tears first, honey, because I don't, you know what I mean? It ain't gonna be on the camera. Now y'all know I don't care. I will break out and cry on this motherfucker. Now y'all know that. Transformation. If you knew and you don't know that, yeah, I will. I don't have a problem. You know what I'm saying? But it's such a beautiful heart space vibration that comes with the energy of who I'm reading. Transformation, who are you becoming? See, this is what I mean. It's like you meeting this person, you being in reconnection with whoever this is that is coming towards you. This person may be in a chrysalis right now. They may be in a bit of a cocoon. They're going to reflect something to you, though, that is going to answer questions for you, and you are going to reflect something to them that's going to answer questions for them. You both may be cocooning. But this has even more to do with not who you were, but who you are becoming. So the physical body for you has been just that. Going back to the soul, being asleep, in sacred rest, retreating, balancing, and restoring. Kind of like when the caterpillar goes into its cocoon for the purposes of transformation, not because it's being punished or it's a sinner or it's fallen or, you know what I mean? Like it's a part of what it's supposed to do. Sacred waters, I am divine flow. Definitely could be both in the past, connected to Atlantis, connected to water spirits, connected to water nymphs, energies. Anything else from this deck? Unconditional divine love. And that's why I was so emotional when I pulled on the energy. Meditation, contemplation, peace, and communication. Facing fears, courage, inner strength. This is an individual where I feel like you are an individual that is already operating in unconditional divine love, but this is an individual that is about to reflect that back to you in the physical. Because unconditional divine love is not an easily understandable frequency for most human beings. It's just what it is. Does it make you better? Does it make them worse? It just is what it is. It's like you're cut from a different cloth. This is an individual, and both of you are going to attract other individuals. I feel like from the two of you, there's going to be a tribe of people who also are kindred spirits that are going to understand the frequency. because the two of you are going to mirror it back in a certain way that they're going to need to see in order for them to see it in themselves. It's going to take the both of you or the three of you or whatever that is, the core, right? Like the core. I don't know how many is at the core. Could be one, could be two, could be three. But what I'm saying is when those core people come, then it's going to grow outward from there. This person may feel a little bit darker than you in frequency. Don't be afraid of that. And I feel like you probably won't be, because even if you are more light, it is not because you are devoid of blackness or darkness. It is just this person operates a little bit more, and it's not that they're devoid of light. It's just they operate more in a mysteriousness. Maybe that's a different frequency than you're used to. So don't be afraid of that. Contemplation, peace, communication. When they come in, you may need to face some sort of fear here, because even though you have this cosmic energy, it is never to negate that you are still having a human experience. But this is what makes you powerful. This is what makes you effective, because you're not an individual who's so caught up on being the highest of the highest that you're not relatable. You understand what it means. You're here to learn. You're here to execute the mission. So you can't execute the mission while being separated and not really understanding what the human experience is about. This person is going to mirror back to you the frequency of unconditional divine love. This is your sacred masculine if you are the divine feminine or sacred feminine. And it could be vice versa. You could be the sacred masculine and they could be your sacred feminine. Radical acceptance. This is somebody that's going to accept you and you're going to accept them. I feel like both of you are like, you have some indigenous background. You've been shamans before, possibly. You're going to do it again. They're going to be very protective of you and you're going to be of them. Spirit is wanting you to embrace them without judgment. Do not try to control. But there is a protective nature that's coming with this sacred masculine, because they're going to activate something in you. Anything else? Wish fulfillment. Wish fulfillment. King of Cups. Lovers. Ace of Wands. This person is very generous and is going to give. Six of Pentacles. Spirit is saying take the leap of faith when they show up. When there's opportunity, when this golden opportunity shows up, it is definitely a part of the whole grand scheme of things. All right. All right, collective. This has been the message. This is a beautiful message. I mean, beautiful message. Take it how it resonates. Let me know in the comments how it resonates for you, okay? A very important purpose here. Very important purpose. I love you guys. All right. Soul Tribe, Starseed family. Always, I appreciate your comments, your likes, your shares, your super thanks. I appreciate all of the ways in which you support the girl and share this space with me. All right. To all of my new viewers, if this is your first time tapping in, what's up? How you doing? I hope you'll stay and join the tribe, you know what I'm saying, and vibe out with us for a little bit here. Come back and see me again. So subscribe, you know what I'm saying? Turn your notification bell on so you'll know when I'm back with another message that you can tap into. Okay. If anybody is in need of a personal reading, the link is in the description. It'll take you to my website. Please be sure to read everything that you see there on the website so you will understand how the process goes in getting your reading, and it can go smoothly for both me and you. Okay. Um, like, share, hype it up if you have one to spare. All right. I love you guys, and I'll see you on the next one. Peace.